Hey guys, Ralph here. Welcome to True Power Health on this fabulous Friday here in Connecticut. Guys, you saw the thumbnail. Trigger your GLP-1 naturally. Guys, I've done this before and I'm going to do it again. I'm telling you, I'm going to beat you over the head with this. Because the fact of the matter is, I just learned about this recently from Freely. And I don't know anybody else that's saying it. Okay? Now, let me just preface by this. For years, I knew that it worked, but I didn't know what it was. Okay? For years. I mean, long before this channel, I have been coining the phrase saying, the body craves what it needs. If you give it what it needs, you don't crave. Okay? And that's true. That's true. But we'll come back to that. Okay? Now, what happens is this. I used to say, hypothetically, you got a big Knicks game on TV. And man, you did a long bike ride and you want to appease yourself, man. You're owed a little reward for doing that. You feel great about yourself. And you get yourself a family-sized bag of Doritos and you sit down and you watch the Knicks game. Okay? And you finish the whole goddamn bag yourself. All right? Where did that go? And the thing about it is, you know you're full. I mean, you got a headache, but you still want something else to eat. You still want something else to eat. On the other hand, same scenario. The Knicks, the whole 9 yards, and you did the long thing. But instead of having the bag of Doritos, you have a couple of bananas. And you have no cravings whatsoever. None. Because the bananas triggered your GLP-1. The crap food did not. Okay, now GLP-1 is a hormone. Now, do you know how to make a hormone? Don't pay her. Do-do-do. All right. It's a hormone that will make you feel full when it's triggered in the body. Okay? Now, what happens with these GLP-1s is you inject it and you artificially feel full. Now, the GLP-1 is controlled in your colon and your small intestine. Okay, that's where it is. Now, the hormone itself will make you feel full. But again, it has to be triggered. But like insulin with diabetics, insulin, if you are injecting the insulin every day, the pancreas that secretes the insulin gets very lazy. So you need more and more insulin. Years later, that pancreas stops working altogether and you need the insulin to live. The same thing happens with this GLP-1. You are injecting it artificially so the small intestines and the colon do not trigger it naturally. It gets lazy over time. And over time, it stops working altogether, so you are 100% addicted for the rest of your life to these GLP-1 shots. But here's the deal. There are three things. There we go. Three things that will trigger your GLP naturally. Fruit is the biggest. You just eat fruit all day. You need the juice doesn't quite do it. Okay, you need the fruit itself, but you eat fruit all day. You're not hungry. You're not hungry because you are triggering your GLP-1. Okay, so you got fruit. You got sugar. Sugar is not the villain. Get my sugar rules, the sugar rules down below. Find out why. I'm not going into that now. That's a video unto itself. Fruit, sugar, and starch. Why do you think billions and billions of Chinese people for generations are all bone thin? Genetics loads the gun. Lifestyle pulls the trigger. It's not all genetics, guys. It's not all genetics. Anyway, not only that, your GLP-1 shots make you feel sick. That's why you don't eat. You feel sick. Bananas, sugar, and rice do not make you feel sick. Now think about what I just said. Bananas, sugar, and rice. Fruit, sugar, and rice. Sound familiar? Walter Kempner was doing that and setting the world on fire with the rice diet back in 1940. Not one word about GLP-1. He just knew it worked. But that's what he was doing. Fruit, sugar, and rice. You throw in veggies there. Fruit, veggies, sugar, and rice. Over time, you will never feel hungry. Now, I'll tell you what. I have hundreds, thousands, hundreds of clients, okay, that I work with on online, sitting right here in the studio, and some of them are on the verge of tears. Some are crying uncontrollably. They morbidly obese. They feel like their life up to this point is ruined. And they just sob uncontrollably, many of them. I have no willpower. I'm such a loser. I'm an emotional eater. I can't stop myself. It's out of control. And I say, BS. Stop it right there. That's not the case. You're freaking hungry. And hunger makes you do crazy things. You have plenty of willpower. You've been trying to beat this for all of your life. The willpower is not the point. Hunger beats willpower every time. Every time. It is a survival instinct. Guys, you need food to live. And when you don't have food, when you feel like there's no food, your body gets frantic. Now, if you know how to trigger that GLP-1 anytime you want, the world is yours, Chico, and everything in it. Guys, listen. I think I told you this the other day on July 4th. There was a big block party at our neighbors next door. Hundreds of people were there. Everybody brings a little potluck, this, that, and the other thing. Right? And these neighbors were from Jamaica, man. They're actually quite wealthy and they do beautifully. But, you go out there and they are cooking and, I mean, all this, pulled pork and all this sort of stuff. I mean, just how many grills were going at once and everybody's got their hat on and we're vegan. We don't do that. No problem. We brought over as our, gift, a big bowl of veggie pasta salad. Okay. Before I went, I had 2 bananas. The GLP-1, I felt absolutely full. I had a couple plates of my, my pasta salad. They did have rice, black rice. I had no cravings. I wasn't craving desserts. I wasn't craving meat. I wasn't craving chips. I wasn't craving, cupcakes, cookies. I was completely satiated. Guys, you do that, and the world is yours, Chico, and everything in it. Love you all.